bro. But to move on to other teams, let's talk more so general, like of the whole tournament. Who do we think needs to win this tournament the most? Like
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo?
Yeah, I think
Are we
Ronaldo.
still saying Ronaldo?
I think
I think
Portugal is
Neymar.
What do you mean by that question though? Like needs
Like
to win?
like
who does this tournament mean the most to? Who like this is legacy defining?
Portugal
Like
and Brazil.
it doesn't need to be
Portugal
one answer. Just everybody. Who do you think like is going to that World Cup and like it can really change their legacy?
in a player sense, I feel Portugal just because of Ronaldo, and I feel like that's
Bruno
selfish.
also.
But I feel like
There's a lot of players, bro.
I feel no, but I feel like for a team, I feel definitely Brazil because
exactly.
it's been such like Brazil, but no, like Brazil haven't been Brazil for such a long time.
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
people are like, okay, next World Cup, and I don't even think it's that much of like the Neymar thing because obviously like it would be beautiful to see Neymar win the World Cup and all, but I feel like Brazil have to return because I feel like every year, every World Cup brother is just like okay, Brazil are one of the favorites, but then they don't actually like come correct the way we think they would or the way we know that they can.
yeah.
And the selection of players as well is a bit. I don't know. I feel like
I think it's
I
very
feel like I
good.
feel like well, no. I feel especially when it comes to the defense, the FA needs to do a reset. They need to
Wait,
go
what?
to no. They need
What
to
are you
go to
talking
the
about?
academies. No, I'm talking about like
Oh, you mean like
fullbacks.
the pool of players isn't good enough?
Yeah, like they need to
Okay,
start
okay.
looking for fullbacks because I'm like Alexandro, like it's
We're lucky
2026.
gonna play like four center backs, in my opinion. Like I think
You say we.
yes, nigga, I'm bro.
You don't know.
Watch
He's a
out,
big
bro.
Neymar fan. He wants Neymar to
Bro,
win.
watch out, bro. Watch out.
Bro,
Real
that
quick.
shit.
I got two teams at this
Bro,
World Cup.
they
Bro. I
were
got
fast fucking kill me.
Bro, nah. You gotta
Give
understand,
me
bro.
what I'm talking about.
Don't worry, bro.
Give me
Don't
what I'm
worry.
talking about.
Yo. I'm pretty sure it's the same shit in a lot of African countries.
No,
Like, a lot of
what I'm talking about Portugal, I say Portugal.
No, I mean like a lot of third world countries they support Argentina or Brazil. It's like split because their countries don't really go to the World Cup. You know what I mean?
I know, but I've never like. Isn't Haiti
Bro,
going to the Haiti?
when Brazil
Yeah,
lose,
they are,
I
yeah.
can't. Yo, when Brazil lose, I can't go to school. Like niggas are shooting. Like that's how I grew up, bro. In Haiti, like niggas, Argentina and Brazil are dead as like their national teams. But now, bro, this is the first time I've ever seen Haiti qualify. You know what I mean? I can't not support Haiti. It's just our group is insane, bro. We got Morocco, we got Scotland, we got Brazil. First World Cup in 50 years, bro. Donald Trump trying to cook us. It don't matter though. I think we still get best third, maybe get 3 points, maybe go through. I hope. But for Brazil, I like the selection. The only thing I wish we took João Pedro because I wish we had three different profiles up top. I love Hendrick. I love Igor Thiago.
Why not? Wait, chill. Why not João
Because
Pedro?
I'm selfish, JK, and I want him to have freshness for next season. I don't want to see him
Yes,
take
Robert, why not? Why not João Pedro?
Yo,
He doesn't deserve to be there.
How?
What?
all right, go ahead. I'm gonna give you the floor. Go ahead. Why does he?
Let me tell you. Like, the reason why I agree that I agree with the selection of like Neymar being there over João Pedro, mainly because
Wait, yes, 100%. João Pedro should have been called up for somebody else. Neymar goes. There's no World Cup.
no, it was either João Pedro or
like,
Neymar.
They brought
It
João
was
Pedro.
that because he made it that. You know what I mean? It was that because Ancelotti made it that. You take three strikers. What's our third striker? I don't even think we.
I don't think you have a third striker.
Exactly. We should have went with two strikers, bro. Simple as, in my opinion. We should have went with Pedro, Hendrick, and Igor Thiago.
But
Simple
the
as.
thing is, Conrad, is that JP for Brazil is not great, bro. I've seen him. Like, I
He
know
played
this-
well for like the 3 games that
Who,
he played.
who didn't play well?
João
Okay, wait.
Pedro,
No. My
João Pedro,
reason why, like, I agree with the fact that you don't take like the fact that he left out João Pedro is because he has not done well for Brazil. Every time this guy has been called up for Brazil, he has not performed at all, and that's justifiable. Wait, JK, let me finish. That's justifiable for not taking a player. You can do as much, like you can play so well on your club level. If you're not playing well in the qualifiers, if you're not playing in the friendlies, why should you be called up? You playing well for Chelsea means nothing if you cannot replicate it in the Brazilian team. And if there's another player who's actually performing well in the team and is more beneficial to the team, yes, you're gonna lose your spot at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you're doing great for your team. If you're not gonna come and bring that quality to your to the national team, you don't deserve to be there.
I hear you. It's just that, like you said, I would agree if there was another third striker there that was a little taller that could do a volley. You know, if we had a similar profile at the World Cup, we're going to the World Cup with two shorter strikers, one in Endrick who gets in behind, who's a great finisher, this, that, the third, and Igor Thiago is more of the Gyökeres. When we're going up against two big defenders, we need somebody to protect Neymar. We need somebody to make those runs. Somebody like a physical guy. I agree. We have those two profiles, but João Pedro is something we don't have. João Pedro is technical. He's tall. He can
You
head
have
the
Cunha.
ball. He,
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think Cunha is
Cunha's
kind
there. So why do you need an exact player in João Pedro
Yeah,
who
but
can't
they
even do
don't-
anything
they
that Cunha
don't-
can?
they don't-
There's Rafinha there as well.
They play with
Rafinha
two
is not
strikers, though. They play with
Huh?
two strikers. In Brazil plays with two strikers, man. Like they play like
Yeah, I mean
four.
they play in a 4-4-2 system. whereas-
Neymar, if Neymar is gonna be that second striker, technically,
I don't think Neymar starts.
It's not really, nigga. What? Watch
I
out,
don't
bro.
He's not
I don't
gonna
think he
start
starts
in the
Watch out,
beginning.
bro.
He's
Watch
not
out,
gonna
bro.
start in the
Neymar's
beginning.
about to win the Neymar's about to win player of the
Yo,
tournament.
calm down. Calm down.
I'm
Like,
so-
Neymar's about to
like, no. As much as I
Bro.
love Neymar, I don't think he starts him.
Bro, y'all see, y'all really think Neymar has shown y'all his level these past couple
No.
years? Bro?
No,
These past couple-
It's not about. I just don't think he starts him. Like
He's
I
dealing
genuinely
with
just don't think
injuries.
he
Neymar might
He's
not
like
start
over
the first game. Neymar might
Yeah,
not start the first
yeah.
game, whatever. Neymar's starting every knockout game if he's healthy. And Neymar,
Yeah.
bro, this is
If he's healthy,
this is what I see as a Neymar fan. Neymar is about to play the last 7 games of his life, the last 7 games of his career. This is, bro, the most talented footballer I've ever seen in my life, other than Messi. Maybe I'll go as far as to say maybe, bro. Like Messi is the only nigga comparable to Neymar in terms of talent that I've ever witnessed play live. Genuinely, this guy's about to play the last 6 games of his career, bro. You're telling me you think this guy's just gonna be barely running, barely doing anything on it, bro? Neymar's gonna surprise
I
the
think
world.
the only reason why I think Neymar is going to start is because I don't think Endrick and Ryan will. That's the only reason why I think Neymar is going to start. I don't think
I feel like
if Neymar is fit, I don't see a reason why they would start Endrick over Neymar.
He has to start.
Bro,
Yeah,
we have such a good team too. I feel like if we're able to perform, like, bro, if we're able to start Allison, Gabriel Marquinhos, I would put Danilo and Alexandro as left
Yeah, I
backs.
have a
I know that doesn't sound as good to y'all, but these are two very experienced
Fine.
players.
I think that's fine. Argentina
I have a
won with
question.
two
That's what I'm
left
saying.
backs and right backs. that are
These
not
are
like-
two players who are gonna play their hearts out, in my opinion. They're veterans. They're guys who Alexandro is a Juventus legend, Danilo as well. Like they've played several years. Juve fans love them. Like they're not the most technically gifted players. They're not the best players on the planet, but they're players who play with heart. You know what I mean? If you go out there and you play like they played for Messi in 2022, you can get something out of that back line, especially if you have Gabriel and Marquinhos and Allison helping them, like leading them. You know what I
Can
mean?
I ask you a question?
Mm.
My question is that these same players were here in 2022. So what do you think has changed now?
We weren't playing for Neymar. We were more trying to play the traditional Brazil brand where it's like beautiful football. Everybody's playing. Like, we didn't defend well.
All
like,
the players were playing for Neymar.
it was mainly the midfield, too, in my opinion. The midfield got ran through way too easily, way too often in that Croatian game. Like, I didn't think the back line was necessarily the problem. I thought it was more so the midfield. I think we go Casemiro, Guimaraes. I think that's the perfect pivot. I think defensively we're strong as hell with Casemiro sitting in front of that back line and Guimaraes just playing the box-to-box role. If Guimaraes gets injured, Paquetá I can maybe play that role.
And that's what I'm saying, that these players were still here in 2022 and Casemiro was younger, fresher, like able to run more, able to do more. So
He's had a
because-
resurgence though. I feel like
Yeah, you know what I mean? And you can also say that about so many teams like Portugal, like Argentina. The year before Argentina won, so many of those players, they arguably had better players the tournament before. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know. What I'm just saying is like, so
what is going to be the difference? I genuinely think they're going to go out and play like it's the last tournament of their lives. They're going to go out and play for Neymar. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping, and that's what I'm coping with, genuinely. Because if that's not it, we're not winning anything. We don't play. When we try to play without Ney, like the way we've been playing for these past 2 years, it's not a winning brand of football. I feel like if Neymar can genuinely show up and give us Neymar, if they play for him, we're gonna win. Nobody's beating us. Genuinely.
The thing is, JK, you have to keep this in mind too. The coach that Brazil now have is the perfect manager for this team. in my opinion, based on
Yeah,
the
just
style of squad. Like, if you were thinking about club that he managed, Madrid and nationality, or the national team he's managing now in Brazil, I see way too many similarities. Let us not forget, by the way, a Vinicius Jr. who I've always been hot and cold with. One season, I think he's one of the best. The next season, I'm like, you're not doing too well. Under Ancelotti, Vinicius Jr. was looking like a demon. I don't care what
Exactly.
anyone says. I
that
know what
part.
I'm
What?
saying.
Who did they play? Paraguay, bro. That guy had the game of his life, bro. That guy
Bro,
was
let me
insane.
tell y'all too. We got to talk about Vinny. I feel like Vinny's had such a sleeper season. Vinny has just as much
He
goals as
has.
Mbappe in 2026, all cups. Like,
Mm.
and Vinny impacts the team in every other way. He's not just a goal scorer. You know what I mean? Like this whole Vinny is bad for Brazil. At the 2022 World Cup, Vinny was one
I
of the best.
was saying this. That's what I was saying
Like,
last pod. I
bro,
was saying,
Vinny
bro,
is so overhated. He's so
it's
over
thank
criticized, in my
you,
opinion. Like,
thank you.
people look at him so, like, what is
Like
the
with
word
so
I'm
much
looking
scrutiny, so
for?
much
Like
scrutiny.
hyper
Like
criticism, bro. It's like
yeah,
hyper criticism.
exactly. They
You know what I
over
mean?
scrutinize him. Like it's like if he's not able to score every single game, he's whack. Like
But
And
it's
they
because
ignore
of
the
his
context every
performances.
time. They ignore the context every
That's
time.
true.
When it comes to a guy like Salah, when it comes to a guy like anybody, bro, anybody who's not performing well, they're always looking for why he's not playing well. What's going on? What's fucking him up? There's never that like
no, there's never that for Vinny. There's never
exactly.
that.
I
Steven, you
have to
want to
say this though, two things. Firstly, I think that for Vinicius Jr., it's a great thing that Neymar is coming to the World Cup. He takes off a lot of the pressure and the spotlight that's going to be put on him before. So when
Mm.
Neymar is there, everyone asking the whole media focuses on one player for Brazil when Neymar's playing. When it's not him, Vinicius is like a younger brother, little bro, who's supposed to be the next guy in line, which I don't think suits Vinicius. He needs to be like you said, Connor. Even this season, where he's been very underrated. Mbappe takes a bit off the shine. Neymar takes off a bit of the shine. And the second thing I want to mention is that for me, the only reason why people didn't rate Vinicius as much or don't rate him as highly as they do for Brazil is that Copa America performance he just had was not good. I don't care what you guys say.
But the whole
I don't
team was
think it was
shit.
good.
The whole team
Yeah,
was shit. Like,
Agreed,
oh,
agreed. But he's
also,
the star boy. He's the
yeah.
star boy. He's the
Also,
star boy of Brazil at the time. Let's keep it
And
But
real.
even
that was his like Ballon d'Or season as well. So
But
it was like,
even
That's the
then,
thing.
Vinny gave us a performance. Like when we needed him, we were facing elimination. He carried. He showed up, and he
I
just
did.
he just got a red card, and
also,
he didn't play the next game. But everybody was shit, and this guy managed to give you one great game.
Mm.
That's what I mean when people ignore context. If Ronaldo does that, sorry to go to Ronaldo. If Ronaldo does that at an international tournament, we are going to analyze why he wasn't able. I'm not saying there wasn't actually reasons. There are reasons, but there are reasons for Vinny too. They
can
don't.
I say though that like a couple months ago, Estevao just recently had gotten called up, and he was like one goal off of Vinny all time Brazil goals.
yeah, Vinny Esteban is like Brazil's top scorer in front.
So it's like Vinny has undeniably underperformed.
I agree, but the whole team has underperformed. You can't name me a Brazilian player other than Estevao. The youngsters have come into this team and they've been able to play without pressure. They've been able to, you know what I mean? You know how they say like at points in times it's easier for a youngster to come in and play better because he's not facing any pressure. This, that, the third.
Yeah.
But the whole team's been shit for so long. Like Rafinha isn't that good for Brazil.
Like, the thing is, like I understand what you're saying, right? I think, but the problem that comes with that is we can look at the context like all we want to look at, but at the end of the day, like Vinicius is Vinicius, right? There's expectation when your name is Vinicius Jr. So when you're coming into these tournaments, whether you getting a red card and you're not playing the next game, that's a big deal. Like that is a big deal. We can ignore that. We can try to put that in context, like as all we want. You only giving out one good game in the whole tournament, that is a big deal. So you're gonna get criticized more than like every other player from like other players in that Brazilian squad, just because of like you're now the main guy, right? You're supposed to be the guy that kind of takes over after Neymar. We've seen this with Ronaldo. We've seen this with Messi during their international career. We've seen Messi take his team to 3 finals in the Copa Americas and the World Cup, and he lost. He lost it, and he was slandered. Like he was slandered by his own fans. Argentinians were saying that they were burning his jersey, right?
That's my thing though, bro. I feel like it's also because y'all have
there's just pressure when it comes to this.
I feel like y'all have high expectations for players. Like, why are we comparing Vinny to Messi?
No, I'm not comparing Vinicius to Messi. I'm just saying that like he's the guy that's supposed to take over after Neymar. So like since he is the best player in that Brazilian team, and he's generally a generational player in our generation right now, like in the generation that is right now, there's that expectation from him. It's not like he has to be a Messi. It's not like he has to be a Ronaldo. But that expectation of carrying Brazil's legacy, it's on him now. And like
my thing
that's
is, it's
that's a
like,
I
responsibility
think
that he
that's
has
why.
to
I
pick
think
up.
that's why. There was something that STF said that he doesn't believe Vinicius should be in that supporting role. That's why I feel Vinicius is at his best when he's in the supporting role. I feel like the best Vinicius is we have seen, especially his first good, objectively good season. I think that was the 21-22, was when he was the Robin to Benzema's Batman. Even in his Ballon d'Or season, the face of the team was Bellingham that season. Vinicius was still putting in the work. Vinicius was still putting in all of that, but the face of the team was Bellingham. Like, and even at the 2022 World Cup, where he did have a good World Cup, he wasn't the face of the team. It was Neymar. I feel like Vinicius is at his best when he's not the main. So but he should be the main, like
I don't necessarily agree.
the standard we hold him to. He should be criticized and all that, but I feel like even if, okay, like Robel said, we can look at the context, but that doesn't change the fact that he was still bad. But then what Conrad is saying is that it is very rare for people to want to look at the context. People just want to be like, okay, he was bad, and that just means he was bad and everybody else was bad. But then for every other player, it's like, okay, there was this disagreement in the team. Okay, it was the tactics. Okay, it
That's
was
what
this,
I'm saying.
that,
Like, there's always this leniency for other players when it comes to criticism. If Mbappe has a bad tournament, Euros 2021, I think, when Pogba scored that crazy goal and they lost to Switzerland, why is Mbappe not playing well? What did they fuck up? What did Tuchel do wrong? What did this do? Every single player for Brazil has been shit for the past 3 years. And Vinicius Jr. is just supposed to magically make this team perform and go out and win the Copa America. You know what I mean? That's my issue with it. It's like, and even then, we're talking about Messi did this, Messi did that, Messi did this. My nigga, Neymar wasn't able to win us anything with a better supporting cast than Vinny has, with a team that's actually performing well. 2018 World Cup, bro, before the 2018 World Cup, Brazil had not lost a game for 3 years. Coutinho, Willian, Neymar, Paulinho, Casemiro, Marcelo, Dani Alves, Thiago Silva, Felipe Luis. Our team was so stacked. We ran through the qualifiers. There's this game we beat Argentina 4-0. Bro, that little period for like a year and a half, I was having this argument about how underrated Gabriel Jesus is. People don't understand how talented this guy is. That front three of Neymar, Coutinho, and Gabriel Jesus for 2 seasons is one of the best front threes I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like, Brazil was so stacked for so many years. And Neymar wasn't able to lead them to the glory. But Vinicius
He was performing well, though. I feel like
every other player was performing well next to him, bro. That's the thing. Neymar had a good team. Neymar was playing in a good system. Neymar had good teammates. And he's much better than Vinny.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he had a far better supporting cast. I feel like no matter how good
far better everything, bro.
Yeah, no matter how good Vinny can play, it's like the supporting cast for the Copa America.
Dog shit. What do you want him to do with that? It's dog shit. The system is dog shit. Everything is bad, bro. That's my
that. But we have to keep in mind that Vinicius Jr., trust me, I don't think this is right, but this is what the media has done. He's put a big target on his back throughout the course of his career, especially the last 18 to 24 months. Now, again, for whatever reason, controversial or not, like, again, I'm going to take into all those social society details. That's kind of irrelevant. However, from a footballing perspective, it's kind of, for him, a lot of the pressure plays on his mind a lot more than other players because, unfortunately, Vinicius is in a lot of controversy that we've seen over the last, again, 2 years in football. So I genuinely believe an impact and how he plays, and even how the media treats him more than they treat another player on the Brazil national team, like a Rafinha, whatever, you name the other player you can think of. So I think he's extra scrutiny because of the fact that he's in all the controversy with the media and the racism issue.
Yeah,
I have a question though on the back line for the selections. I didn't watch much Nottingham Forest this season, but could Murillo not play?
He's injured.
Could he not play left back?
He's injured. He's injured.
Oh, he's injured? Okay.
Yes. Ideally, our back line, what I wanted was 4 center backs. I wanted peak, like 2010s, mid 2010s ball. I wanted Gabriel, Marquinhos, Murillo at left back, and Eder Militao at right back.
That team get round through, bro.
Nah, bro.
Like Arsenal 2026.
You can't just put center backs at right back and left back.
Murillo and Eder Militao are very good with the ball at their feet. They're very technical center backs. You know what I mean? If we're playing possession based, I feel like that team could work. I feel like
I have Brazil actually going into my finals. Like when I was making the bracket and all that, I have Brazil going into my finals. I think that with the likes of Rafinha, just the levels that he's hit, his performances, the fact that he's able to perform in these big games. I think Vinicius is actually going to be great in this tournament. Like that's low key one of my players that I'm kind of keeping an eye on. I think he's going to have a great tournament. He's been playing well in these friendlies. He's creating the chances and all that. So I think he's playing really well. I have them to making my final, or at least making a deep run.
And there's a lot of unknown players that I'm excited for too.
Yeah, I think they also have that defense now. I think Gabriel being there and Marquinhos being there, I think they complement each other actually really like somewhat well. But yeah, I think the levels that Gabriel is at right now, I think he's able to be that leader, kind of be able to be that voice that they kind of did not have in these other tournaments. I think he's kind of went into that shell of himself.
Sorry to interrupt. You see Marquinhos? Marquinhos is like a better version of Varane, in my opinion. He's like that second center back. I think he's peaked higher than Varane peaked. I think Varane's a bit overrated. I don't know. But I think they're very similar players.
Yeah, I think he's a very good, like, experienced squad player, and like just the fact that his experience in the Champions Leagues with PSG and all that, I think he's able to kind of replicate that in that Brazilian team. So I think like with those pieces kind of falling in place, and with them having Ancelotti as their manager, and the players that are there, the forwards, Vinicius and all that, them knowing his tactics and kind of they kind of have shown that they're able to win in these tactics. I think they're very underrated. Like a lot of people are kind of overlooking them, saying that they're not going to win and all that. But I have them going far. And then I know you asked about, like, I guess legacy wise, who, which two teams. Again, like I think Brazil is that one team. I think Spain is that other one. Like I think this is, if Spain is able to win this World Cup, I'm about to have serious conversations about Yomo. He's going to be the face of it.
I think it's only a thing where it's it will benefit their legacy.
No. It will be legacy defining if Yamal wins the World Cup.
Yeah, I'm saying. I feel like when Conrad asked that question, it's like, whose legacy, if they do not win, would be harmed from this?
No, but he didn't say if they do not win. He's saying, like, if they do win, whose legacy does it help? Like,
my question was more so like, whose legacy do you think depends more on this tournament? So a guy like Neymar, Neymar could, if Neymar wins the World Cup, is the best player, Neymar retires as a top 10 player of all time, arguably. Yeah. If Neymar doesn't, Neymar is like top 30, top 40. You know what I mean?
Portugal win the World Cup, Bruno genuinely could win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it could happen.
I think it just depends.
World Cup years are always clutch.
It depends. Like it depends on how good.
I feel like it could definitely happen.
It's true. It's 100% true, but I pray it doesn't come true.
No,
oh my God! If Bruno Fernandes wins the Ballon d'Or, football is
not, bro. What are you worried, man?
This is a fact. I'm not even saying.
You not know who Portugal's manager is?
And okay, also
anything. Come on, bro. Roberto Martinez is not carrying any team to a real. He's not an elite manager.
This is our year, bro. This is our year. We are winning.
We.